Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for all the incredible engagement that has happened today. We're so thrilled to have been able to hear from all of you. We went around to a few tables and heard some really wonderful comments and some great ideas. So knowing that we're coming down to the end of the hour, I want to take a moment to introduce Chief John Barros, who is the Chief of Economic Development and an incredible leader in this space, really big champion of the work that we do every single day and a big supporter of the small businesses in our city. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Barros. Chief, you are muted. There we go.
All right, got it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Natalia, for all the work you do to support our small businesses in the city is the lifeline of our economy. So when the mayor, one of the first things the mayor talked about when we talked about when he called me and talked about setting up an Office of Economic Development was the important work of supporting our small businesses, particularly the small businesses in our main streets. I know it's personally important to him, but it's also incredibly important. We're already at 7:51 p.m., so I'm not going to take time to introduce to you a mayor that you know who is excited to be here today. I know I jumped in a couple of tables with him and some other conversations, and it was really good to see the mayor floating around on this new Remo platform. Mayor, let me introduce to you guys the mayor of the city of Boston, Martin J. Walsh. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I'm getting used to this technology. I was watching you, and I wanted to make sure get this technology right. Let me just thank you, John, and your team in economic development, who've done an amazing job with Main Streets and everything you're doing in the city. I want to thank Natalia. I jumped, as John mentioned, we were going around some rooms. Thank you, Natalia, for your work too, and for a lot of the funds that we're creating. One of the funds we just recently created in the city was for rent for businesses, and that came out of Natalia. A lot of people talking to her about the need for support and rent, and we did a lot of work around rent for people living in their homes, and also some of our small businesses have been really struggling. So thank you, Natalia, for that idea. I want to thank Steve Gilman, the program director for Main Streets. Steve, thanks for all your work. To all the Main Street directors, advisory group members, business owners, residents, everyone joining for this launch, thank you for your work in the different main streets throughout the city of Boston. We're excited to launch Reimagine Boston Main Street. This initiative is about strengthening the future of our main streets here in the city and bringing greater equity to all of our programs. That requires us to take a comprehensive look at our existing systems and resources and identify any gaps that impact our local growth. And that's something that I know that a lot of your businesses have been dealing with for the last bunch of years. Community engagement and voices are at the core of this initiative. We want to hear everything, what's working, what isn't working, what could be improved. I've been on a couple of calls now for Main Streets in the last couple of days here, and I heard some of the things that can be better and things that we have to do more of. This analysis is also going to help us achieve our vision for our Main Street program and our city as a whole. It's going to make sure that our small businesses have equal access to opportunity. Will help us close the racial wealth gap by supporting new and existing businesses. Many of our businesses in our city are owned by women and people of color, so it's important for us to understand the importance of that and supporting that. It's going to support economic development on a local level, and will create more jobs in our neighborhoods. I think during the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen how some of our local businesses have certainly done a little better because people, as I've said this a few times, I might be using the wrong terminology, but people are finding the business down the end of their street, and that's really important. It also going to help us enhance our public spaces with new opportunities, such as arts and culture. I was in a Zoom a minute ago, and we were talking about arts and culture and improv and doing some more things in the community in Rosendale, so I appreciate all that work. We want to make sure that we continue to support our small businesses because, quite honestly, they're the heartbeat of our community. The Boston Main Street program will continue to be vital to our city's growth. There's no question about it. This year has been a really tough time for a lot of our small businesses and our local economies, with the exception of people finding new businesses there. As a city, we need to continue to be available to support our neighborhood businesses in every way that we can and help them to weather this storm and also be prepared stronger when we get out of this storm. At the same time, right now, we're facing a very pivotal moment in our city's history, a moment of opportunity to reshape our commercial districts and grow our local economies. We talked a little bit about it in some of the rooms today, about having dedicated bike lanes, seeing more blue bikes in the city of Boston, thinking of new ways of transportation that can support our local businesses. Also with the outdoor dining that we did this summer, 550 applications, many of them in Main Street districts. How do we create and enhance and do some really creative things that we might see all over the country or all over the world, businesses? So I think that that's what this Reimagine thing should be about, is thinking about all these great ideas that people have. We're looking ahead to the future and starting to focus on shaping our economy recovery together. So I just want to thank everyone for participating tonight. I look forward to hearing, I see some of the questions in here. I look forward to hearing some of the great ideas you have. And I know that we had a meeting the other day with some directors, and we were talking about not just the Main Street, designated Main Street districts, but how can we help some of the districts that lead into Main Street or go out of a Main Street. And I think that I'm excited to hear all that and really, do everything we can to make sure that our businesses thrive in our communities. Our small businesses, our local businesses are the backbone of our community, along with the residents, and we need to do everything we can to make sure they're strong. So I look forward to what you find, look forward to the recommendations you have. I look forward to the concrete changes that we want to do here, and I hope everyone has a very happy Thanksgiving.
As always, Mayor Walsh, thank you so much for your leadership and for supporting the work that we do every day. Just want to let folks know the tables will be open till 8:30, so you are welcome to stay and continue to engage. If not, we do have your email addresses just for signing up, so we'll be sending you information about the next meeting. Remember, this is just the very beginning. We are going to be doing a lot of engagement, and we will be kind of narrowing down the scope as do ask you to continue to engage with us in this process. If you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to reach out to us at smallbiz@boston.gov. And you can also connect with your local Main Street directors. They are excited about this process. They are connected to us and connected to the process. So they can also be a resource for you about this process. So with that, Mayor Walsh, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I want to thank everyone again for being here tonight. We're going to turn off the presentation. If you're interested in staying, please continue to stay and engage. If not, we will see you soon. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the rest of your week.